Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Friday the 23rd of March 2018. I'm Darren Sinden, and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes, price moves to be aware of. Just a couple of bits to flag overnight. First of all, a rebound in both the Aussie and Kiwi dollars against the US dollar, up between 0.26 and 0.3%, the Antipodean currencies shortly before we recorded the video. Staying in Asia Pacific, the big move over the course of the last 24 hours has been the firming further of the yen. 104.81 the yen was trading against the US dollar shortly before we went live. That is a 17-month high for the Japanese currency. Interesting to note that the dollar index has remained largely unchanged at 89.61 overnight. We'll look at the reasons behind the moves in the yen a bit later in the video. Cryptocurrencies this morning on the back foot, both Bitcoin and Ether down on the day. Bitcoin by around 3% and Ether by about 2.55%. Right, what's on the calendar then? Events that may move the markets today. A fairly busy calendar. I'll start by flagging that we have a meeting of the European Council of Ministers. That's the group of ministers in Europe that actually get to make decisions about what happens in the EU, and that's ongoing over the course of the day. At 9 o'clock we'll have current account data for January from Greece. That'll be an indicator as to how the economic recovery is proceeding there, if at all. At 12 o'clock we'll get the Bank of England quarterly bulletin, just about the only bit of data that didn't come out yesterday when the MPC met and decided on interest rates. 10 past 12 we'll see FOMC member Bostic give a central bank speech. And at 12:30 we'll have US durable goods orders both with and without transportation. That data due out, as I say, at 12:30, and then reporting for the month of February. We have another central bank speech at 12:30 with MPC member Villiger speaking. Also at 12:30 we'll have retail sales and inflation data out of Canada, so a real eye on or insight into the state of the Canadian consumer at 12:30, and obviously that will feed directly back into the market's expectations about the Bank of Canada's next steps re-interest rates. 1400 we'll see an increasingly important set of data out of the US. New home sales and sales change data for February. The housing market in the US is coming further and further under the microscope as far as the market's concerned, and mortgage rates have been trending increasingly higher there. Third central bank speech at 14:30 from FOMC member Neil Kashkari, and then jump forward to 1700 for the influential Baker Hughes oil rig count for this week. And if you're still in the markets at 7:30 GMT tonight, you can look out for the CFTC Commitment of Traders reports on a wide variety of futures contracts. Right then, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight, and the first headline says it all. Trump steps up the trade war with tariffs over $60 billion worth of Chinese imports into the USA, and China has responded with measures of its own, although thus far only over about $3 billion worth of US imports into China. The yen has firmed, as we saw, and equities have sold off as the markets appear to be moving towards a much more risk-averse stance. Just to confirm that the CBOE VIX index, the so-called greed and fear index, has surged by 30% to a read of 23.34. That's its highest level since March the 1st. Just for some context, it printed up at 37 in the bout of volatility that we saw in February. Right then, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day and beyond, and why not think about this? If you're in any doubt about why people are concerned about an escalation in trade war or what that could do to sentiment, then I think this chart we'll put that into context for you. This is a chart from the very influential Bank of America Merrill Lynch Fund Manager Survey, in this instance the March version, and it plots the evolution of what the market sees as the top tail risk. Managers that run around $580 billion worth of assets responded to the Merrill Lynch survey, and as you can see, for March 18, a trade war was the single biggest concern as far, or threat, shall we say, to market stability as far as money managers were concerned. Right, risk warning time. Please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange and margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about the risks involved in trading those products or their suitability for you, then please contact your Pepperstone account representative.